Hey Winnie, fantastic work on submitting some more writing, really well done. You're taking huge steps to improving your English and there are improvements every time, so it just goes to show that you're working really hard and it's paying off, so really well done. Let's have a look at your first piece then, which was the letter about the neighbour's dog. Okay, so dear Ben, okay, I'm writing regarding a problem with your lovely Chow Chow Pinky. Okay, I love Pinky as she is adorable, friendly and full of energy. Despite all the amiable qualities she has, I'm sorry to say her barking has caused trouble to my family. We noticed she started barking since 6 a.m. Okay, so, what we will say here, so we have noticed that she has started barking from 6 a.m. Okay, so use of the present perfect here because it's a past action, but there is an impact on your family now. Okay, so we have noticed she has started barking from instead of since, from 6 a.m. and continues with an S to do so until 9 p.m. Her barking is a constant disturbance to our sleep, no S, and makes it hard for my children to concentrate on their studies. Okay, good. I wonder if her being so noisy is because she is kept outside of your house all day. Okay, so because this is happening still now. Okay. And for this one, you could actually use it as a question as well. So just to break up the structure of the letter slightly, you could use this as a question. So I wonder if her being so noisy is because she is kept outside your house all day? Question mark. She seems to be of a sensitive nature and feels the need to warn people of, instead of off, warn people of things she finds intimidating. Okay, would it be possible to let her mainly stay inside your house so that she would feel more secure, no D, and perhaps reduce her barking? Okay, good, well done. I hope you can take this matter seriously, as Pinky does have a bad effect on our neighbourhood. Good. Your prompt action to rectify this situation will be highly appreciated. Well done. Good. Yeah, so 2 nice sentences at the end there. Good. Well done. A well-structured letter. I like the fact that you've started with some positives, which is a really good way to start if we need to criticise or complain about something. It's good to start with a positive. I would say for this part here, despite her amiable qualities. Okay, just to make that slightly shorter, so despite her amiable qualities. But yes, well done. Thank you for reading this letter. Good. Yours sincerely, and then your name at the bottom of the letter as well, just to complete it. But yes, well done. So you started by outlining the problem. You've then gone on to explain what the problem is, but you've got in here the complement as well. You've put in a couple of questions, which is nice because it breaks up the structure slightly and it gives a more of a variation to your writing, which is really good. And then you've ended in a nice way as well. Good. Well done. Brilliant. Really good. So good form, good start to letter, good end to letter. So yeah, fantastic. Well done. Let's move on to your second piece then. So next we've got your longer piece of writing on renewable energy, and this is the debate as to whether renewable energy is advantageous or whether it causes energy security worries. Okay, so the issue of whether renewable types of energy bring more advantage to our lives than that by fossil energy is a debatable topic across the globe. Okay, good. So a strong start here again. So the issue of whether renewable types of energy bring more advantages, I would say, to our lives than fossil energy, is a debatable topic across the globe. Okay. Although some people argue that green energy poses great threat to the stable supply of energy, I believe we should promote the use of green energy, as I do agree that it improves our environment and lowers our expenditure. Okay, so a couple of changes here. I would say here, although some people argue that green energy poses great threats to energy stability, I believe we should promote the use of green energy, as I do agree that it improves our environment and lowers our expenditure. No on energy here, because we've used energy quite a lot, so we don't need that bit just at the end. Okay, good. Now, the only thing that we don't have in this introduction is stating what your essay will do. However, if we were to put that in now, it might make your introduction a little bit too long. What I would say is to consider taking this part out to here. Okay, so taking out the second part of your opinion and putting in this essay will look at both sides, for example, or explore both sides of the debate using examples and arguments. Okay, just because we can include this part about your opinion in your conclusion. Okay, so we can expand more on your opinion in your conclusion. Otherwise, we're kind of giving away everything at the start of the essay. If we save that to the end, it's after our argument, and then we're free to explore your opinion in more detail. Okay, good. So moving into your first paragraph, on one hand, skeptics fear the dominant use of green energy, such as solar and wind energy, will lead to insecurity in energy supply. Okay, good, well done. Good use of skeptics as well. This is because changes in weather conditions may impact the generation of these types of energy in an undesirable way. Okay. For instance, there was a news report in Scotland last year which stated that electricity supply had been stopped for 2 days in the northern region due to unexpected cloudy weather, which resulted in a drop in electricity generation of the nearby solar energy plant. Okay, so to reduce this part slightly, I would say resulted in a drop in productivity of the nearby solar energy plant. Okay, since a constant and stable supply of energy is essential to the running of nowadays society, this example proves that we cannot totally rely on green energy alone. Good, well done, really good rounding off sentence there. This one is very good. If we go back up to the start of the paragraph, I would argue that this sentence just here is a little bit too general. Okay, so it's because changes in weather conditions may impact the generation of these types of energy in an undesirable way. Okay, so the part on changes in weather conditions is good. What I would say instead of may impact the generation of these types of energy in an undesirable way is something like changes in weather conditions could reduce energy production. Okay, or limits the amount of energy that is produced. Okay, that way we're, instead of kind of describing that there is a negative effect and then going on to describe it again, we can state it here. Okay, and say exactly what the undesirable effects are. But yes, good, a strong paragraph there. Nice example as well, well done. So, on the other hand, the use of green energy should be encouraged for 2 reasons. Okay, good. Great opening sentence to a paragraph there. Firstly, it reduces the harmful effects caused to the earth. Okay. This is due to the fact that when compared with the use of petroleum and coal, green energy releases less greenhouse gases into the Earth's atmosphere, which helps in the deceleration of global warming. Good, well done, great description. Secondly, the use of green energy saves cost. Reduces costs, I would say here. According to statistics released by the Australian government, its expenditure on energy import dropped by 8% last year as 2 wind energy plants came into operation, and it is anticipated that the drop will continue in the next 5 years. Okay, well done. Good. So, good. We've got 2 points in here. So your impact on the environment and also the reduction in costs is good. The one thing we are missing here is a sentence to round off your paragraph. Okay, so if we remember that in a paragraph we have 3 stages. The first one is the point, where we are describing the point and making our point. The second one is our evidence. Okay, and the final point is rounding off that evidence with relating it to the question. So bearing in mind that this one is a debate between whether green energy is negative or whether it is a positive thing, we just need a sentence at the end of here to say, for example, as such, it is clear that there are large advantages to using green energy. Okay, despite the disadvantages, for example. That way you're acknowledging that you've spoken about the negatives, but now you're talking about the positives here. And it's relating back to that question all the time. Okay. All in all, the use of green energy should be promoted, as I believe the issue of stable supply will improve along with advancement in technology. Good. Okay. Considering the advantages, green energy, considering the advantages green energy can bring to our daily lives, good, it is therefore recommended to rely more on renewable types of energy. Okay, so what I would say here is just to acknowledge the arguments that you've made. So all in all, given the arguments mentioned, I believe the use of green energy should be promoted, full stop. And then you could say, in my opinion, the issue of stable supply will improve along with advancement in technology in the future. Okay, so that way you are giving your opinion, which is great, but also you're summarizing what has come before by acknowledging it. So with these arguments in mind, I believe that. Okay, but very well done. Good work. A really strong piece of writing. Just to summarize what we've mentioned. So the main points here are to reduce your introduction slightly by taking out your second part of your opinion and just stating what this essay will do. Then, fantastic paragraph here. Really good. This one. And then the next one, it's a great paragraph. We're just missing a final sentence to round off that paragraph. Okay. And then in your conclusion, just mention the arguments before. So something like, given the arguments outlined, or having analysed both sides of the debate, etc. Okay, so something to acknowledge what's come before in your essay, and then your opinion. So yeah, really well done. 2 great pieces of writing there, and writing you should definitely be proud of. Really well done.